I know this is football, but do you guys watch EDP 445? Either of you guys?
No. I stopped watching him a long time ago.
Yeah.
Also, to be honest, I know there's a scandal going on, but I'm not fully in the know at all.
So his style of content is fairly dated because, like, you know, he came up on YouTube when you could curse. There wasn't an adpocalypse. There wasn't like mass demonetization, and you could say like pretty much whatever you want. But pretty much it's this guy who has 2 million YouTube subscribers, who is pretty much well known for like very ignorant but yet authentic sports rants, mainly favoring his favorite NFL team, the Philadelphia Eagles. But it's very aggressive. Like he'll take like a Dallas Cowboys jersey and like stick it in his pants, like stuff like that. Very like 2012, you could do whatever you want on YouTube type of humor. And people kind of gravitated towards him because of that, because I'm going to give it to him. It was comical. So he's not the most attractive individual, you know, he's definitely obese without a doubt. There were rumors about him potentially talking to little kids. And we're going to use the word little kids here. So someone tipped off an individual by the name of Alex Rosen, who created this YouTube channel, and there's a whole rabbit hole about this guy who is also fairly controversial, who created this YouTube channel called The Predator Poachers. And what they do is something very similar to what Chris Hansen did with To Catch a Pea. You guys know who Chris Hansen is, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Also, guys, by the way, I would just like to point this out that we're using, you know, safe language here, not like as a way of downplaying anything, but just because YouTube literally automatically recognizes that language and will like throttle the video or demonetize it or age restrict it or something like that.
Guys, there's a pretty good chance that since this is a very controversial topic, that this video is going to get demonetized. So if you could do us a favor, we don't do this for the money, most definitely not. But when YouTube demonetizes your video, it stops recommending the content to you guys because, well, YouTube can't make money off of the content. The way you could combat that is take a moment and slap a like on the like button for the YouTube algorithm so we could continue covering weird controversies like this. We don't want to have a filter on us, and by liking this, you definitely help us with that. This guy, Alex Rosen, pretty much has this elaborate plan to catch EDP, and what he does is he creates this fake online persona. He has a girl do it for him and acts like he's this 13-year-old kid while she does, when in reality it's a woman that is like of age and whatnot. And they have this whole like 2-month exchange where this guy is trying to where this girl is trying to pretty much get EDP to trust her. And it starts off very like normal, I guess, you know, just a fan saying, hey, I'm a fan of your work. And it eventually snowballs into like him saying some very explicit stuff about things he would do in the context of the bedroom, you know, with a little kid. It's clear that this woman is in fact a girl that's 13 years old. EDP is aware of it. She is aware of it. And it just keeps going and going. It's really weird because the transcripts actually show EDP like sending pictures of his fecal matter, sending pictures of guns, saying like graphic things he'd do to her, all of that stuff. It gets to a point where 2 months later, they agree to meet up. And when they do meet up, like, bam, it's Alex Rosen, the Predator Poachers. He goes by Chet Goldstein on YouTube. Brings a camera and says, yo, what you doing over here? So that's the whole situation. And Coop, what do you think about this?
I think EDP is a terrible person. I mean, if you like look at like the chat logs and like just some of the stuff that he was sending to this girl, it's like, how does somebody even get to this point?
And not to defend him at all whatsoever, but how does somebody get to this point? I could see, you know, like if you look at the guy, you know, he is an incel. Like the way he interacts with people. Like one of the earliest messages is they were talking and it was like, hey, what's up? What you up to? Boom, picture of his poop, literally. And he said, I just took a poop. You know?
Wait,
you
that's
know?
how it started?
That's how it started. That's straight up how it started.
But I mean, there's a huge difference between socially isn't sound and knowing what's horribly disgusting and wrong.
Well,
I've been looking at, some of the text and like this whole story because I didn't really know much about it as we were just going. And, I don't give that as any excuse. I mean, there's plenty of people
I'm not giving him an excuse.
I feel like it's a guy who like, he isn't like getting any and is just this is his resort, like in a disgusting manner.
To add on to that, the guy
is that what it is?
Well, if you look at the guy is like truly a hideous human being, like with respect to him.
We can.
You don't have to give him respect right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't say respect to him. My bad. I didn't
mean that. I'm just saying like the whole like, oh, don't attack people's appearances. But if there's one person we're gonna attack the appearance of, it's him. So
chances are, and also his mother died recently, so I guess he's very down. He's really down bad. So chances are, we're talking about a guy that has never had an interaction with women before. And when they interviewed him and said, how do you resort yourself to this? Like, why are you attracted to little kids? He said, I'm just lonely. And, to be honest, a part of me thinks that he doesn't specifically like, I'm going to phrase this properly. I don't think he goes out of his way to target little kids. I feel like his fan base is little kids. Those are the only people that have ever approved of him. And the only way that this man could even get the slightest bit of approval is from a little kid, which is disgusting and horrible. But that's how I'm saying like how he could be in this situation. That's me trying to rationalize what goes on in the head of a messed up person. But honestly, what's happening to him is, as of now, they're getting in touch with the cops. There's a chance that he's going to get arrested. And the story does take another like dark turn on top of this. So when you guys are ready, I'll tell you it.
In my opinion, I think he's just like messed up, man. Because I think if you have that type of clout that he has, this guy's like been on, I don't know if he's been on ESPN, but this guy's been on like TV, he's had this major YouTube channel. He's been uber successful. I know there had to be girls around his age in his DMs. Like, I'm not going to fall for, he was lonely, or this is all he could do. This is the only people that approved of him. Nah, I think this is what he wanted. And I think in the video he admitted like this wasn't his first time.
Yeah, there was 5 other times apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, okay, well I didn't know that. And also, I would like to point out that like for a normal human being, like if I was his age, I have no idea how old this guy is, but if I was his age with no dating prospects, that wouldn't mean I would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lower myself into the little kid pool and I'll be successful here. Like, I'd be like, sucks. I'll just watch some internet
Quick
content.
question. There was no right way to handle it, but the way he handled it was really weird to me because...
What did he say when he got caught?
When he got caught, he basically like admitted to I think he thought he might have been like able to squeeze his way, weasel his way, whatever, out of the situation. I'm not sure, but the whole interaction, it like something was off.
Yeah, like they asked him, do you deserve to go to jail? And he said, yeah, I definitely deserve to go to jail. And
right.
like,
oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was like,
I know like criminals sometimes they go for they like do things that are like cries for help kind of. So these guys just basically run like a sting operation on guys like this and then just pull them in.
Yeah,
yes.
I've actually
like,
seen...
that's so cool.
I've seen multiple YouTube channels like this, and I think I remember them saying that they're on like their second or third channel or something because their channel like continually gets taken down because YouTube doesn't actually like content like this.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because it's like, it's I mean, it's a touchy subject, but the thing is, like, it's a touchy subject, but what they're doing is incredible. So like, you would think that this would be, they'd be getting supported by, I mean, like, it's not for kids, but like, again, like, no one's hating on Chris Hansen for getting these guys off the streets too.
So here's where it gets crazy. Eventually, a day later, there's footage of the predator poachers. Well, the main guy, Alex Rosen, who on YouTube goes by Chet Goldstein. And it's a bunch of videos of this man with just very like bad videos of him. He claims that he's trolling and this is his sense of humor, but it's videos of him using like the hard ER in like a live stream, like, and saying it in a very derogatory way. I could leave the clip.
Wait, I'm confused. Who at this point is this?
This is the guy who caught EDP.
Oh, so now they're both bad.
Yeah, so like pretty much like this guy is like saying the hard ER. He's like saying very homophobic things to his friends. He has a video of him prank calling the BLM hotline and all types of stuff like this comes out. Yeah. Yeah.
What the?
Yeah. So
that's like the kind of joke that's like who finds that funny?
Yeah, like what do you get out of that type?
Like,
so
that's just literally racist. Like that's like there's no dark humor about it. That's just racist.
So I actually had a conversation with him yesterday.
You talked to him?
I talked to him, which was crazy to me. And I asked for his permission to record the call, so I couldn't record the call, but we have an interview that I'm going to schedule with him. And if you guys want, we could bring him for like 10 minutes onto the podcast if you want. We'll let you guys decide in the comment section. But anyways, as I was talking to him, I was asking him like, yo, what's up? What's with these jokes? And the way he tried to defend himself is, I have never taken words to heart. I grew up in a like situation where where black people in my life made fun of me for being Jewish and said like, anti-Semitic things as a joke. I said like, the hard ER back to him. I made fun of Hispanics for like their type of ignorant jokes as well. And that's kind of like the community and culture I was brought up in. And if I thought that there was something wrong about it, then I wouldn't post it onto the internet. But this is just my sense of humor. This is who I am. This is how I've been raised, and this is what my community does.
And this guy's on the internet, right? Like he's a social media presence.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he blew up in the past. He gained like 112,000 subscribers from nothing in like 10 days.
At the end of the day, you don't get to decide what words carry weight with other people. Like if you say something and it's offensive to other races, cultures, whatever, you don't get to decide that like this doesn't matter because I don't think words carry weight. Like that's just a bunch of BS to me.
Yeah, same.
I am very much in the boat of like, look, like times are changing. Times now are way different. You see what's going on in the world right now. People are angry. People are really, really angry. And to come out with like jokes like this, it's completely tone deaf at this point. Like really tone deaf when you hear about what's going on in the news. It's a very strange scenario, and it kind of brings into question what his motives were. Do you think he went after EDP in particular due to the color of EDP's skin? Or do you think like he had a noble cause here? Because he did catch 5 other people. There is good that he's doing in the world. He just has a horrible sense of humor and, a very bad sense of humor.
Regardless of anything, he caught someone that was guilty.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, somebody that's done it multiple times. And not really worth noting, but I'm going to note it. He did also say he was a fan of EDP and he used to be a fan of EDP.
Regardless of anything, he's getting predators caught in the act. So
right.
So he just DM'd me asking if I wanted to do an interview with him today. So that should be interesting. So closing thoughts on this EDP situation.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Lock him up. I think at the end he's going to get locked up, but I hope if he does get locked up, like he gets like psychiatric evaluation done as well, like psychiatric help as well. I don't know. A part of me like is glad that he's going away if he does go away. Another part of me just wonders, like, how does a person get to that situation and how do we prevent it from happening in the future?
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.